I am Eleanor of Provence, born in the year of our Lord 1223, in the sunny southern lands of Aix-en-Provence. Daughter of Count Raymond-Berenger IV and Beatrice of Savoy, I was raised amidst troubadours' songs and the poetry of courtly love. My early years were bathed in the warmth of my family's affection and the cultural splendor of Provence, but destiny had a different path for me, one that would lead me far from my homeland to the distant shores of England. At the tender age of 12, I was betrothed to King Henry III, a man nearly twice my age. It was not a union born of love, but of alliances and politics, as marriages often were for those of noble blood. I remember the day I arrived in England in 1236, the foreign chill biting through my cloak, and the grey skies looming over my new life. Yet, I vowed to fulfill my duty as queen with grace and resolve. Henry, though kind and devout, was a man beset by challenges, a kingdom fraught with unrest, baronial dissent, and the ever-looming shadow of his father's turbulent reign. As his wife, I stood by him, offering counsel and support. Together, we shared a love of art, architecture, and devotion to the church. It was during our time that Westminster Abbey was magnificently rebuilt, a symbol of our shared aspirations for a legacy of piety and beauty. My role as queen was not merely ceremonial. I brought with me from Provence a retinue of trusted relatives and courtiers. My Savoyard kin were a source of strength but also a point of contention among the English barons, who saw their influence as a threat. I navigated these turbulent waters with as much diplomacy as I could muster, though I was often criticized for my loyalty to my family. Motherhood blessed me with 5 children, 4 of whom survived infancy. My firstborn, Edward, grew to become Edward I, a ruler of strength and ambition. I took pride in guiding him and his siblings, ensuring they were well educated and prepared for the burdens of royalty. The bond of motherhood was my solace amidst the trials of queenship. The years brought their share of strife. Henry's reign was plagued by rebellion, most notably the uprising led by Simon de Montfort. Those were dark days when the kingdom seemed on the brink of collapse. My loyalty to Henry never wavered, though I often played the role of mediator, attempting to soothe tensions between my husband and his barons. When civil war erupted, I sought refuge in the Tower of London and later fled to France to seek aid. The sight of England torn apart by internal conflict was a wound to my heart. Despite the trials, my faith sustained me. I devoted myself to works of charity, founding abbeys and supporting the poor. My love for my homeland of Provence never waned, and I often thought of the lavender fields and the melodies of my youth. When Henry's reign ended with his death in 1272, I retreated from public life. I took the veil and entered Amesbury Priory, dedicating my remaining years to prayer and reflection. My days of power and grandeur were behind me, but I found peace in the quiet rhythm of monastic life. Looking back, I see a life marked by duty and resilience. I was a queen, a wife, a mother, and a woman of Provence who sought to bring light to a kingdom often shrouded in shadow. Though my journey was fraught with challenges, I carried my faith and love for my family like a torch through the darkest times. Even now, in the silence of my final days, I pray for England, for Provence, and for the legacy of peace we all strive to leave behind.